Hello everyone, welcome to our Chinese culture class. Today I will introduce you another famous place, the Temple of Heaven. The Temple of Heaven, located in the southeast of Beijing, was built during the early Ming period by Emperor Yongle and has a nearly 600-year-long history. The temple was where emperors of the Ming and the Qing dynasties worshipped heaven and prayed for the good harvest. It was the largest complex in the world built for the worship of heaven. The temple is enclosed by two surrounding walls. They are circular in the north and square in the south, representing the concept that heaven is round and the earth is square. The temple is divided into two parts, the inner outer and the outer. Every year in the first month of spring, the grand ceremony of praying for grain would be held in the northern section of the complex of the altar of prayer for good harvest. On winter solstice, heaven would be worshipped inside the southern section of the inner altar in the circular mound altar complex. Altogether, 654 grand ceremonies were held inside the temple by 22 Ming and Qing emperors. After the Ming Emperor Yongle moved China's capital to Beijing, the altar of earth and heaven was built in the 18th year of Yongle. Ming Emperor Zhu Houcong was keen on transforming ceremonial rites during his time. He restored some ancient rites while modifying others. In 1530, he issued an edict to change the practice of worshipping heaven and earth together to worshipping the two separately. During Qing Emperor Hongli's period, the temple was renovated and enriched. The hall of Daxiang became the hall of prayer for good harvest. Since then, it was only used to pray for good harvest, and all the three tiers of roof tiles were changed to one color, blue. After these alterations, the Temple of Heaven became the largest rural altar in the country. Look at this. The circular mound altar. The main section of the circular altar is 5.7 meters high with 3 terraces. Each terrace has 4 entrances and a flight of 9 steps leading down in every direction. It is also surrounded by white marble balustrade. There are 2 walls encircling the altar. The outer wall is square while the inner one is round, coinciding with the concept that heaven was round and the earth was square. There are 4 gates called heavenly gates on both the outer and inner walls. There are 3 passages to each heavenly gate, in large and small size. The one in the middle is the largest and reserved for the God of heaven. The one on the left side is for the emperor only. The smallest on the right is passage for royal family members and officials. And this one is the echo wall, and this one we call the triple sound stones. The sound effects of echo wall, triple sound stones, and the round stone of the circular mound altar are altogether called the 3 acoustic phenomena of the Temple of Heaven. The effects were not designed on purpose, and it was discovered by visitors after the park was opened to the public. Now, the strange acoustic phenomena attracts the attention of all visitors. The echo wall is the wall encircling the imperial vault of heaven. There are 3 palace gates at the center of the echo wall to the south. The echo wall is a very good carrier of sound. It's very smooth and the bricks of the wall are perfectly matched, so it creates a good echo sound effect. Therefore, it was later named the echo wall. In front of the steps leading down from the hall is the triple sound stone. If you stand on the first stone and call out, the sound will echo once. On the second stone, the sound will be heard twice, and the third stone, the sound will be repeated 3 times, hence the name, the triple sound stones. Later, they were also called the stones of heaven, earth, and man. During the ceremony for the worship of heaven in the Qing dynasty, 7 temporary candlesticks with good suppose were erected to display the 7 groups of tablets of gods. Many offerings of sheep, ox, pig, fruit, and other dishes were placed before the tablets of God. The southern area of the second layer of the circular mound altar was where the emperor worshipped heaven. The emperor entered the temple of heaven through the gate of the circular mound altar, and then traveled through Zhangheng Gate and the Lingxing Gate of the circular mound altar into the imperial vault of heaven. The emperor would salute and burn incense sticks in front of the tablets of the God of heaven and the other tablets. Afterwards, he inspected the various decorations on the circular mound altar and then went to the divine warehouse and the divine kitchen on the east side of the circular mound altar to inspect sacrificial vessels and sacrifices. Last, he fasted at the palace for abstinence. The platform of the altar for praying for grain holds 3 round terraces. There are 8 flights of steps on the 3 terraces. In the center of the southern and northern sections, there is a flight of steps with marble carvings of auspicious dragons and phoenix. The hall of prayer for good harvest was a place for Ming and Qing emperors to pray for grain on Mengchun, first 10 days of the first lunar month. The first character, this is qi, refers to praying, and the second one, nian, refers to the duration of the grain growing, implicating good harvest, and this dian means the palace, qi nian dian. And when they finish this, they will go to another place. We call the palace for abstinence. The palace faces east and the main structure is covered with green glazed tiles. There are no beams or square pillars supporting the ceiling of the main hall. It's a beamless hall and therefore one of the most famous buildings in the Beijing city. Behind the main hall are 5 additional halls and the bedroom of the emperor when he was there to fast. A bell tower sits on the northeast corner of the palace outer city wall. During the ceremony to worship heaven, the bell would be struck when the emperor came out of the palace for abstinence. The bell was silent when the emperor ascended the altar. After the ceremony, the sound of bell would ring out again. Okay, this is our introduction about the Temple of Heaven. Thank you very much and see you next time.